The plagues of Egypt, Exodus chapter 6 through Exodus chapter 11. When the Lord spoke to Moses in the land of Egypt, he said to him, I am the Lord. Tell Pharaoh, king of Egypt, all that I am telling you. But Moses said before the Lord, Since I speak with difficulty, why should Pharaoh listen to me? So the Lord said to Moses, See, I have made you like God to Pharaoh, and your brother Aaron will be your prophet. You are to speak everything I command you, and your brother Aaron is to tell Pharaoh that he must release the Israelites from his land. But I will harden Pharaoh's heart, and although I will multiply my signs and wonders in the land of Egypt, Pharaoh will not listen to you. I will reach into Egypt and bring out my regiments, my people the Israelites, from the land of Egypt with great acts of judgment. Then the Egyptians will know that I am the Lord when I extend my hand over Egypt and bring the Israelites out from among them. And Moses and Aaron did so. They did just as the Lord commanded them. Now Moses was 80 years old, and Aaron was 83 years old when they spoke to Pharaoh. The Lord said to Moses and Aaron, When Pharaoh says to you, Do a miracle, and you say to Aaron, Take your staff and throw it down, before Pharaoh it will become a snake. When Moses and Aaron went to Pharaoh, they did so, just as the Lord had commanded them. Aaron threw down his staff before Pharaoh and his servants, and it became a snake. Then Pharaoh also summoned wise men and sorcerers and the magicians and their secret arts. They did the same thing. Each man threw down their staff, and their staffs became snakes as well. But Aaron's staff swallowed up their staffs. Yet Pharaoh's heart became hard, and he did not listen to them, just as the Lord had predicted. The Lord said to Moses, Pharaoh's heart is hard. He refuses to release the people. Go to Pharaoh in the morning when he goes out of the water. Position yourself to meet him by the edge of the Nile, and take in your hand the staff that was turned into a snake. Tell him, the Lord, the God of the Hebrews, has sent me to you to say, Release my people, that they may serve me in the wilderness. But until now, you have not listened. This is what the Lord has said. By this you will know that I am the Lord. I am going to strike the water of the Nile with the staff that is in my hand, and it will be turned into blood. The fish in the Nile will die. The Nile will stink, and the Egyptians will be unable to drink water from the Nile. Then the Lord said to Moses, Tell Aaron, take your staff and stretch out your hand over Egypt's water, over their rivers, over their canals, over their ponds, over all of their reservoirs, so that it becomes blood. There will be blood everywhere in the land of Egypt, even the wooden and stone containers. Moses and Aaron did so. Just as the Lord had commanded, he raised the staff and struck the water, and it was in the Nile right before the eyes of Pharaoh and his servants, and all of the water that was in the Nile was turned to blood. When the fish that were in the Nile died, the Nile began to stink, so that the Egyptians could not drink water from the Nile. There was blood everywhere in the land of Egypt. But the magicians of Egypt did the same by their secret arts, and so Pharaoh's heart remained hard, and he refused to listen to Moses and Aaron, just as the Lord had predicted. And Pharaoh turned and went into his house. He did not pay attention to this. All of the Egyptians dug around the Nile for water to drink, because they could not drink water of the Nile. 7 full days passed after the Lord struck the Nile. Then the Lord said to Moses, Go to Pharaoh and tell him that this is what the Lord has said. Release my people in order that they may serve me. But if you refuse to release them, then I'm going to plague all of your territories with frogs. The Nile will swarm with frogs, and they will come up and go into your house, in your bedrooms, and in your bed, and into the houses of your servants, of all your people, into your ovens, into your kneading troughs. Frogs will come up against you, your people, and all of your servants. The Lord spoke to Moses, Tell Aaron, extend your hand with your staff over the rivers, over the canals, over the ponds, and bring the frogs up over the land of Egypt. So Aaron extended his hand over the waters of Egypt, and frogs came up and covered the land of Egypt. The magicians did the same with their secret arts and brought up frogs from the land of Egypt too. Then Pharaoh summoned Moses and Aaron, saying, "Pray to the Lord that he may take the frogs away from me and my people, and I will release the people so that they may sacrifice to the Lord." Moses said to Pharaoh, "You may have the honor over me. When shall I pray for you, your servants and your people, for the frogs to be removed from you and your houses, so that they will be left only in the Nile?" He said, "Tomorrow." And Moses said, "It will be as you say, so that you may know that there is no one like the Lord our God. The frogs will depart from you, your houses, your servants, and your people, and they will be left only in the Nile." Then Moses and Aaron went out from Pharaoh, and Moses cried to the Lord because the frogs that he had brought on Pharaoh, and the Lord did it as Moses asked. The frogs died in the houses, the villages, in the fields. The Egyptians pulled them in countless heaps, and the land stank. But when Pharaoh saw there was relief, he hardened his heart and did not listen to them, just as the Lord had predicted. The Lord said to Moses, "Tell Aaron, extend your staff, strike the dust of the ground, and it will become gnats throughout all of the land of Egypt." So they did. Aaron extended his hand with his staff. He struck the dust of the ground, and it became gnats on the people and on animals. All of the dust of the ground became gnats throughout the land of Egypt. When the magicians attempted to bring forth gnats by their secret arts, they could not. So there were gnats on the people and on animals. The magicians said to Pharaoh, "It is the finger of God." But Pharaoh's heart remained hard, and he did not listen to them, just as the Lord had predicted. The Lord said to Moses, "Get up early in the morning and position yourself before Pharaoh as he goes out of the water, and tell him this is what the Lord has said. Release my people, that they may serve me. If you do not release my people, then I am going to send swarms of flies on you and your servants and your people and in their houses. The houses of the Egyptians will be full of flies, and even the ground they stand on. But on that day I will mark off the land of Goshen, where my people are staying, so that the swarm of flies will be there, that you may know that I am the Lord in the midst of the land. I will put a division between my people and your people. This sign will take place tomorrow." The Lord did so. A thick swarm of flies came into Pharaoh's house and into the houses of his servants, and throughout the whole land of Egypt the land was ruined. It became swarms of flies. Then Pharaoh summoned Moses and Aaron and said, "Go sacrifice to your God within the land." But Moses said, "That would not be the right thing to do, for the sacrifices we make to the Lord our God would be an abomination to the Egyptians. If we make sacrifices that are an abomination to the Egyptians right before their eyes, will they not stone us? We must go on a 3-day journey into the wilderness and sacrifice to the Lord our God, just as he is telling us." Pharaoh said, "I will release you so that you may sacrifice to your Lord, your God, in the wilderness. Only you must not go very far. Do pray for me." Moses said, "I am going to go out from you and pray to the Lord, and the swarms of flies will go away from Pharaoh, his servants, and from his people tomorrow. Only do not let Pharaoh deal falsely again by not releasing the people to sacrifice to the Lord." So Moses went out from Pharaoh, prayed to the Lord, and the Lord did as Moses asked. He removed the swarms of flies from Pharaoh, from his servants, and from his people. Not one remained. But Pharaoh hardened his heart this time also, and did not release the people. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Go to Pharaoh and tell him, this is what the Lord, the God of Hebrews, has said. Release my people, that they may serve me. For if you refuse to release them and continue holding them, then the hand of the Lord will surely bring a very terrible plague on your livestock in the field, on the horses, the donkeys, the camels, the herds, the flocks. But the Lord will distinguish between the livestock of Israel and the livestock of Egypt, and nothing will die of all that is Israelites' possession. The Lord set an appointment time, saying, tomorrow the Lord will do all of this in the land. And the Lord did this. On the next day, all the livestock of the Egyptians died, but the Israelites' livestock, not one died. Pharaoh sent representatives to investigate, and indeed, not even one of the livestock of Israel had died. But Pharaoh's heart remained hard, and he did not release the people. Then the Lord said to Moses and Aaron, take handfuls of soot from the furnace, and have Moses throw it in the air while Pharaoh is watching. It will become fine dust over the whole land of Egypt, and it will cause boils to break out and fester on both people and animals in all of the land of Egypt. So they took soot from a furnace and stood before Pharaoh. Moses threw it in the air, and it caused festering boils to break out both on people and animals. The magicians could not stand before Moses because of the boils, for boils were on the magicians and all of the Egyptians. But the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he did not listen to them, just as the Lord had predicted to Moses. Then the Lord said to Moses, get up early in the morning, stand before Pharaoh, and tell him, this is what the Lord, the God of Israel, has said. Release my people, so that they may serve me. For this time I will send all plagues on your very self and on your servants and your people, so that you may know that there is no one like me in all the earth. For by now I could have stretched out my hand and struck you and your people with plague, and you would have been destroyed from the earth. But for this purpose I have caused you to stand, to show my strength, so that my name may be declared in all of the earth. You are still exalting yourself against my people by not releasing them. I am going to cause very severe hail to rain down about this time tomorrow. Such hail has never occurred in Egypt from the day it was founded until now. So now send instructions to gather your livestock and all of your possessions in the fields to a safe place. Every person or animal caught in the field and not brought into the house, the hail will come down on them, and they will die. Those of Pharaoh's servants who feared the Lord's message hurried to bring their servants and livestock into the houses. But those who did not take the Lord's message seriously left their servants and their cattle in the field. Then the Lord said to Moses, extend your hand toward the sky, that there may be hail in the land of Egypt, on people, on animals, on everything that grows in the field, in the land of Egypt. When Moses extended his staff toward the sky, the Lord sent thunder, and hail and fire fell to the earth. So the Lord caused hail to rain down on the land of Egypt. Hail fell, and fire mingled with the hail. The hail was so severe that there had not been anything like it in the land of Egypt since it became a nation. The hail struck everything in the open fields, both people and animals, throughout all of the land of Egypt. The hail struck everything that grows in the field, and it broke all of the trees in the fields of pieces. Only in the land of Goshen, where the Israelites lived, was there no hail. So Pharaoh sent and summoned Moses and Aaron and said to them, I have sinned this time. The Lord is righteous, and my people are guilty. Pray to the Lord, for the mighty thunderings and hail are too much. I will release you, and you will stay no longer. Moses said to him, when I leave the city, I will spread my hands to the Lord, and thunder will cease, and there will be no more hail, so that you may know that the earth belongs to the Lord. But as for you and your servants, I know that you do not yet fear the Lord God. Now that flax and barley were struck by the hail, for the barley had ripened and the flax was in the bud, but the wheat and the spelt were not struck, for they are later crops. So Moses left Pharaoh, went out to the city, and spread out his hands to the Lord, and the thunder and hail ceased, and the rain stopped pouring on the earth. When Pharaoh saw that the rain and hail and thunder ceased, he sinned again. Both he and his servants hardened their hearts. So Pharaoh's heart remained hard, and he did not release the Israelites, as the Lord had predicted through Moses. The Lord said to Moses, "Go to Pharaoh, for I have hardened his heart and the heart of his servants in order to display these signs of mine before him, and in order that the hearing of your sons and your grandsons you may tell how I made fools of the Egyptians, and about my signs that I displayed among them, so that you may know that I am the Lord." So Moses and Aaron came to Pharaoh and told him, "This is what the Lord, the God of the Hebrews, has said. How long do you refuse to humble yourself before me? Release my people so that they may serve me. But if you refuse to release my people, I am going to bring locusts onto your territory tomorrow. They will cover the surface of the earth so that you will be unable to see the ground. They will eat the remainder of what has escaped and what is left over for you from the hail, and they will eat every tree that grows from you from the field. They will fill your houses, the houses of your servants, and the houses of Egypt, such as neither your fathers nor your grandfathers have ever seen since they have been in the land until this day." Then Moses turned and went out from Pharaoh. Pharaoh's servants said to him, "How long will this man be a menace to us? Release these people so that they may serve the Lord their God. Do you not know that Egypt is destroyed?" So Moses and Aaron were brought back to Pharaoh, and he said to them, "Go and serve the Lord your God. Exactly who is going with you?" Moses said, "We will go with young and old, with our sons and our daughters, and with our sheep and our gazelle and our cattle. We will all go because we are to hold a pilgrim's feast for the Lord." He said to them, "The Lord will need to be with you if I release you and your dependents. Watch out, trouble is right in front of you. No, go, you men only, and serve the Lord, for that is what you want." Then Moses and Aaron were driven out of Pharaoh's presence. The Lord said to Moses, "Extend your hand over the land of Egypt, for the locusts, that they may come up over the land of Egypt and eat everything that grows in the ground, everything that the hail has left." So Moses extended his staff over the land of Egypt, and then the Lord brought an east wind on the land, and that day, all night, the morning came, the east wind had brought up the locusts. The locusts went up over the land of Egypt and settled down in all of the territory of Egypt. It was so very severe, there had been no locusts like them before, nor will there ever be such ever again. They covered the surface of the ground so that the ground became dark with them, and they ate all the vegetation on the ground and all the fruit of the trees that had been left behind. Nothing green remained on the trees or on anything that grew in the fields throughout the whole land of Egypt. Then Pharaoh quickly summoned Moses and Aaron and said, "I have sinned against the Lord your God and against you. Now forgive my sin this time only, and pray to the Lord your God that he would only take this death away from me." Moses went out from Pharaoh and prayed to the Lord, and the Lord turned a very strong west wind, and it picked up the locusts and blew them into the Red Sea. Not one locust remained in all of the territory of Egypt, but the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he did not release the Israelites. The Lord said to Moses, "Extend your hand toward heaven, so that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, a darkness so thick it can be felt." So Moses extended his hand toward heaven, and there was absolute darkness all throughout the land of Egypt for 3 days. No one could see another person. No one could rise from this place for 3 days, but the Israelites had light in places where they lived. Then Pharaoh summoned Moses and said, "Go serve the Lord. Only your flocks and herds will be detained. Even your families may go with you." But Moses said, "Will you also provide us with sacrifices and burnt offerings, so that we may present them to the Lord our God? Our livestock must also go with us. Not a hoof is to be left behind, for we must take these animals to serve the Lord our God. Until we arrive there, we do not know what we must use in order to serve the Lord." But the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he was not willing to release them. Pharaoh said to him, "Go from me, watch out for yourself. Do not appear before me again, for when you see my face, you will die." Moses said, "As you wish, I will not see your face again." The Lord said to Moses, "I will bring one more plague on Pharaoh and on Egypt. After that, he will release you from this place. When he releases you, he will drive you out completely from this place. Instruct the people that each man and each woman is to request from his or her neighbors items of silver and gold." Now the Lord granted the people favor with the Egyptians. Moreover, the man Moses was a very great person in the land of Egypt, respected by Pharaoh's servants and by the Egyptian people. Moses said, "This is what the Lord has said. About midnight I will go throughout Egypt, and all of the firstborn in the land of Egypt will die, from the firstborn son of Pharaoh who sits on his throne to the firstborn son of the slave girl who is behind her hand in the mill, and all of the firstborn of the cattle. There will be a great city throughout the whole land of Egypt, such as there has never been, nor ever will be again. Against any of the Israelites, not even a dog will bark against either people or animals, so that you may know the Lord distinguishes between Egypt and Israel. All these your servants will come down to me and bow down to me, saying, 'Go, you and all of the people who follow you.' And after that I will go out." Then Moses went to Pharaoh in great anger. The Lord said to Moses, "Pharaoh will not listen to you, so that my wonders may be multiplied in the land of Egypt." So Moses and Aaron did all these wonders before Pharaoh, but the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he did not release the Israelites from his hand.